theastrofiend, and I'm back with a new video. For this video, it's me explaining what I really think about each zodiac sign. And just to premise this by saying I don't hate any particular sign. I do have favorites and least favorite signs and or like astrology placements. But for this video, I'm just giving you what I really think about just the zodiac signs. And for this, I decided to divide it into two categories to make it easier: neutral and problematic. The problematic categories just means that I have problematic experiences with these signs. It doesn't mean that I hate them, but it's just problematic experience. By the way, the more experience I have with signs, zodiac signs, the more my opinion changes, if that makes any sense. And it kind of should make sense. Like, the more signs, the more data you have to like collect about that sign. If you encounter Cancer early in your life and that person was trash, and then later on you encounter like 5 Cancers within the last year that are good or not trash, then that changes your opinion. So it's based on my experiences as a collective, and that includes more recent experiences. By the way, this isn't me dragging or clowning the signs, so yeah, maybe in the future I'll drag signs, but for now it's just based on neutral and problematic. Just to let you know, I find it neutral, and I'm an Aries, so I'm already biased, but whatever. In my immediate family, I have someone that's an Aries. I also have a couple of family members that are Aries moons, so I do have some sort of experience with them. For the Aries suns, they're blunt but nice. They could be selfish and don't really see other points of views, but it is what it is. And to be honest, I have more experiences with Aries moon than Aries suns. And if it makes any sense, Aries moons are kind of extreme versions of Aries suns, because I'm an Aries sun. And when I look at some of the Aries moons, I'm just like, really? You just did that? You just said that? Like, huh? I'm like, what the hell? But overall, my opinion is neutral. Taurus, in my opinion, is neutral for Taurus. To be honest, I don't have that much experience with Tauruses, but they kind of scare me, if that makes any sense. I don't know why, but it's just like this intimidating energy that's like very stubborn. But it's also the fact, this is kind of weird and petty, but Hitler was a Taurus, and like I feel that underneath that calm, rational exterior is like this raging bull that just like come out of nowhere and just like f things up for everyone. But overall, I think they're a very lucky sign. I can't like criticize them, and again, I don't have that much experiences with them, but from what I can see and from what have experienced, what few experience I have, hardworking, stubborn, keep to themselves, like. But again, I just gotta think of Hitler, no offense. But I think Gemini is problematic because I usually give Geminis the benefit of the doubt, but the most recent experiences I have, I kind of give Gemini the side eye. You honestly gotta watch out for them. They could be tricky, a bit untrustworthy and unpredictable. However, they're funny, they're fun, and they make great acquaintances. You know, people you chill with and just like get information from. And they're also very smart, but they will be much better and much smarter if they learn to keep their mouth shut and not like talk all the time, because that's what gets them in trouble, their freaking mouth. family member that's a Cancer, and not much to say. They're very low, money driven, but not like materialistic, if that makes any sense. Very impressionable. I would say their emotional moodiness is extremely annoying. And their mouth can be reckless. It's kind of like Gemini, but it's related to mood. And it's usually based off of something very emotional. And also with Cancers, like the other war signs, they try to like manipulate people, but honestly, I see through that bull crap. So, whatevs. Is Leo, and I gave it neutral with problematic moments, but overall neutral. And there have been problematic moments, but I'll get to that a little bit later. Pretty much Leos are neutral because they're funny, they're loyal, they're generous, and there's so many other things. Like I definitely enjoy a Leo's company, and I would say that a lot of Leo influenced people I know or come into contact with can lack emotional depth and can sometimes be untrustworthy with their intentions. And sometimes I feel Leos give up their authenticity for approval, aka to be liked. And to be honest, like they fish for compliments and attention in such a sneaky way. Like if you want attention, just like go after it. Or if you want compliments, don't fake give a compliment and you don't really mean it. You just want someone to like say, hey, do you like my outfit? Pretty much by saying I like your outfit, someone's gonna comment that they like yours too. Majority of the time. But like no like fake compliment fishing and attention like seeking. That's kind of annoying. And they like to save face, and they don't really admit their wrongs or faults, and they can definitely pit people against you. But even though like I've been through situations like that, it's still like it's neutral because majority of the time I get along great with like Leos. It's just that getting close to them is like a different story. But I'm open to it. They're cool ass people. As long as they stay in their lane. It's neutral. I actually have a lot of experience with Virgos. I seem to attract Virgo friends, acquaintances. And I have a couple of family members that are Virgos. Neutral, and whatever Virgo do or say comes from their heart. Even if they're being annoying or judgmental or picky. And they're usually generous, humble, extremely hardworking people. They're hardworking. Like, I feel like they don't create drama on purpose or for entertainment. I would say, like, with Virgos, like, they're very know-it-all-y. They don't like to admit their wrongs and faults. And they're emotionally savage with other people's feelings, and they could be sometimes petty. But and I feel like Virgos, they don't treat you like a human being. They treat you like someone that can be fixed, if that makes any sense. Like, oh, let me fix you. Like, they're always giving unsolicited advice and stuff like that, but that's minor. You can always brush it off, and if they try to give you advice, you could just stare at them and just like not do it. Shrugs. Kanye shrug. And neutral until otherwise. I have great experiences with Libra, but I still gotta watch out for them because no one could be that pleasant and that charming. Like, I really think that I suspect that Libras talk like crap behind people's backs. Like, obviously, all signs do. It's just that with Libra, like, I feel like they're the kinds that will smile in your face and then talk crap to other people about you. And I won't say they reveal secrets or anything like that, but just like say shady things. Like not necessarily, oh, I hate her, I want her to die, she's so stupid and ugly. Not stuff like that, but just shady stuff. Like, did you see what she had on today? Ew, what was she thinking? Girl, do better. Some stuff like that. So like shady stuff, nothing like too crazy. I'm neutral with them, but with problematic moments. And Scorpios, they mind their business for the most part. Loyal, smart, very manipulative, like the rest of the water signs. And I would say they may be using you, and they like to dispose of people quickly with like crazy ease. And also with Scorpio, like the other fixed signs, they can be extremely hypocritical. Like they'll do something to you, and when you challenge them, they act all shocked and innocent, and pretty much they could be like very hypocritical, like I just said. Like they act all shocked and innocent, like they did nothing wrong, and if you call them out, like they get mad at you and they want to get revenge on you. Like you did something, and when someone has a normal reaction, you're the person that gets mad. Like what? And I haven't come across too many Scorpios, but the one I've come across, they seem okay. Like as I mentioned, like typically they don't start anything, but yeah, typically they don't start anything. They mind their business, and I feel as long as as long as you don't I don't even say that. Like, just be a normal human being, because I would say with Scorpios, their reactions are very extreme. I could somewhat understand that, since I am a Plutonian. I have Scorpio moon, and I have sun in the 8th house, so I kind of understand that, like that overreaction sort of thing. But like sometimes they just like take it too far, if that makes any sense. It's neutral. Sagittarius is like the one sign I have like the least amount of experience with, and yeah, just like the least amount of experience. But from what I can see, like they're very open-minded, forthright. They're extremely flaky. To be honest, it's like Sagittarius never existed. Like Sagittarius is just like a myth, not like a real thing. Whatever I would say is that like sometimes Sagittarius wants to be everyone's friend and wants to relate to everyone, which can be annoying, but that's not so bad. Like usually they have like good attitudes. They're funny, but again, I don't have that much experiences with them, so I can't say like I don't have that wide range of experience to give you like a real like response. Neutral. And to be honest, I used to not care for Capricorns, because honestly, Capricorns love to complain, criticize, and be negative about anything. Like you'll go to a restaurant or like a retail place where you're buying something with a Capricorn, and just see like how they behave. Like, oh, they look at a close, like, oh, that thing's ripped. Oh, the tag says this, and yeah. I would say like, even though my opinion's been neutral and no Capricorn has ever really crossed me, I think having a lot of Capricorn moons around me like change my opinion and make me like Capricorn energy a little bit better. And I would say like Capricorns, they're very working, very respectful, and very conscientious. Like they pretty much practice what they preach. Like if someone's being rude or disrespectful, they'll do the same. But if you're very respectful, they'll do that too. They're kind of like Libra in a certain way. Like they're very, for the most part, they're very respectful. But if you cross them after that, nope. Which is understandable, and I get that. I would say the last thing is that Capricorns care too much about what others think and about what society thinks. So they need to chill on that. For some reasons, I always get like the crappy Aquariuses. Like the majority of my experiences with Aquariuses have been like, ugh. And for some reasons, usually like with Aquarius that I'm in close proximity to. So like if I live with them or if I go to school with them. But I would say work is an exception. I meet great Aquariuses at work. Like they're amazing co-workers. They're very smart. But in the personal sphere, it always seems like these Aquariuses are trying to bully or dominate me. Like they're like cool one day and then out of nowhere they're hypocritical like crapheads. And I would say they will stick up for you, so that's a good trait about them. But overall, my experiences have not been great, and they're just problematic and ugh, yuck. And they love to play both sides. And it's a bit like the Libra description. Like, I'm a neutral, but you gotta keep an eye on them because no one's that nice, no one's that chill, and no one's that whatever all the time. Like, they definitely like are not as innocent as they seem. Just to note that sun signs, it's important, but there's other things that are important too, like the rest of the natal chart and how their synastry relates to yours. Like me, I have a very fixed chart, so me having problems with like mostly fixed signs isn't that big of a deal or that big of a shock. Like in my chart and theirs, I'm probably conjuncting, squaring, or opposing something in their chart and vice versa. Plus, I have a lot of Plutonian energy, so I come across a certain way, and people may perceive me as being secretive, or being this, or being that. And I'm not saying that I'm very polarizing because I am fiery, so fiery usually bias here, but fiery is usually like very like likable energy. But yeah, just like I'm very fixed, and it just depends on what you have in your chart too and how like it works. So these are just sun signs. Maybe later I'll get into other like placements, but that's it for now. What are your neutral and problematic signs? What what signs you have the most trouble with? What are your favorite signs? What are your least favorite signs? Maybe some other video I'll make of favorites and least favorites and like rank them, but not anytime soon. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and check out my blog, theastrofiend.com, and have a blessed day, night, morning, evening, wherever you're from. Be safe, and thank you so much.